What is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another anime movie, and this is called Look Back. This is an anime movie which came out in October of 2024, and it is only an hour long. It's 59 minutes, so not even a full hour long. And I watched it because, I was looking through some on Amazon Prime, like a subscription service which I have been subscribed to for all year now, and it's an absolutely brilliant subscription service. I love Amazon Prime. I'm not sponsored by Amazon Prime. I wish I was. Amazon, if you want to sponsor me, I'll say whatever you want me to say. But what I will say is, for the low price of $8.99 a month, you get free delivery, next day delivery, sales, you get music, TV shows, books, all for $8.99. It is one of the better deals of all of them. There is ads in your subscription service, but you can deal with it because there isn't that many. So, without any further delay, let's get into what Google has to say about Look Back. It has a 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 100% Rotten Tomatoes, which I do not agree with, and a 4.4 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Like I said, you can watch this on Amazon Prime, and Fujino, and Kayomoto. I completely butchered those names, so I do apologize. Couldn't be more different. Yet their shared passion for drawing manga unites these two small-town girls. So how the story opens is with our main character being pretty mediocre at drawing, but everyone loving them in the school newspaper. And then she's brought to the principal's office and they're like, hey, do you mind if this girl who never comes to school, she stays at home all the time, she's a shut-in, she's a hermit, she's a little shy, draws some of the panels, helps out, contributes to the school paper, and they're like, yeah, sure, cool, whatever, why, I don't know, but sure, it does take a lot of practice, but I'll let her have a turn. And then she gets shown the fuck up, because her drawings are so fucking cool. She gets upset, and she gets petty, because she's like, oh, I'm at school all day, and she's at home drawing all day, she can get away with it, she can get more practice, and of course her stuff's gonna be better. So then she spends the next 3 years from, year 4 to year 6, I do believe. I don't know what they called it. It's like class 4 to class... I don't fucking know. It's year 4 to year 6. And she spends every fucking waking moment she can drawing and practicing, and the other girls' drawings are still 10 times fucking better than hers. She then decides to give up, and is like, you know what, fuck this, in the final weeks of school, and she gave it her all, and she's like, you know what, I'm still not good enough, so she's like, fuck this, doesn't fucking matter, let's leave. She then is asked to the principal's office yet again, and she's told, yo, can you go deliver her diploma? I'll give you her address. Not only is that breaking a fuck ton of laws, that is extremely fucking bad anyway. You should not give... Schools are legally not allowed to give out kids' addresses. So the fact that they're doing it here is law-breaking. It is fucking baffling, how they get away with this shit. But anyway, he gives her the address, she goes to the address, and she gives the diploma. The girl runs out and she's like, yo, you're this girl, I fucking love you, I love your art, you're the one that made me want to draw, it's fucking incredible, can you show me your new manga that you're working on? Because she lies and is like, oh, I'm working on a new manga for a competition. They then end up working together on a manga, and after a year, they give it to this people, and they're like, cool, they win first prize, they go out on a spending spree, they then are picked up to do the competition again and again and again, and they win again and again and again, and then they are scooped up by an agency to be like, yo, do you want your own manga series? We've seen you in this competition, you've won again and again and again, so we're going to give you a opportunity to do this manga. They're both like, that's cool, but the shut-in girl is like, no, I'm going to college, I don't want to do this, I don't want to let you down, I just want to be better at drawing, I want to be better at art, I want to go do something with my life. And the other girl is really salty about it and is really bitchy about it. She doesn't listen, she leaves anyway, goes off to college. The girl then absolutely focuses on the manga and hires a load of assistants to try and replace the other girl, but none of them are as good as her, and then she gets a notification from the news where an axe-wielding maniac kills her in an accident at school. She goes back to her house and starts crying, going through her old drawings, going into self-pity, and then for whatever reason we hop time into a different dimension where they never actually met each other, and for whatever reason she kicks the axe-wielding maniac in the back and saves the manga girl. I don't fucking know how that works, but sure. And then she goes home, does a drawing, and slips it under the door, and it ends up in the first dimension. And then she picks it up, and then rips it to shreds, and then starts drawing more manga again about the story of her life, and that's how the story ends. I'm gonna be honest. Story is okay. It's not the best. I don't know why they decided to add like multiple universes and like parallel universes in there and have them intertwine. I don't know why they decided to have like an X-Wheel in Maniac either. They could have come up with other ways for her to, be killed off, not like an axe-wielding Maniac. That seems a little far-fetched, not gonna lie. I don't think many students really carry around a giant fuck-off axe to school. I do know some carry like AR-15s, but a pit and giant axe, I'm not too sure about, and I feel like it's easier to run away from an axe and to hear an axe coming. Because, they're kids. They're not going to be able to fucking lift that shit up. They're going to be dragging that shit across the floor and swinging it, and you're going to hear it thunking and, like, whooshing through the air. I don't know. Character design was fucking ugly. The animation style of this anime was fucking ugly. I really didn't like how this anime looked. Voice acting was good. It was the only redeeming quality of this movie. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting when I watched this. I genuinely did not like the art style. The art style was really ugly, and it just didn't feel right. I've seen so many beautiful, really pretty animes, and the way this one was animated, it felt so contradictory and so like juxtaposing, because the entire like story of this anime was them being manga artists, them getting better at drawing manga, them being great at doing manga and making these stories, drawing these books. But then the actual art style of the movie is fucking terrible. It's shit. Watching these people run around and walk around and go through the rain is so not right. It just doesn't look right. It feels so rushed, so janky, so unnatural. Like, it feels unfinished and ugly, and I just don't like it. Like, the colors are the best thing about it. I like bright colors in my anime, but just the way the characters move and their proportions, it just feels, I don't know, it looked blurry and like it wasn't smooth. It was very like janky and chunky and juddery, and the proportions stretched around. It just didn't look natural, and it didn't go smoothly. It kind of looked like they were trying to do like a horror anime style. I just didn't vibe with it. I just didn't fuck with it. I'm going to be honest. Like, it was not for me. The art style was not for me. But I saw loads of people saying about this online being like the must-watch anime movie of 2024. It isn't. You can easily go your entire life without watching this movie, and you won't miss out. You won't miss anything. I know it's not very long. It's like 59 minutes, so it's not a whole lot of your life, but it's still an hour. I feel like I could have spent this hour better. I'm going to be honest, I spent most of my time on the phone because the animation was ugly that I couldn't watch it for that long. The animation was so off-putting. It did not make me want to watch it. The animation just, it kept putting me off, so I kept like looking back at my phone, and I only glanced up at the TV every now and then. I managed to keep up with the story just by listening to it, and the occasional glance at the TV, and every time I looked up, the animation was fucking foul, and just left me with like a sour taste in my mouth. Going back to the story, and the characters as well, she was such a bitch. I was so upset with her. One time I actually put my phone down was like the middle of the movie when the girl wanted to go off to college. These two characters were supposed to be friends. They had been working on mangas with each other since they were in like year 4, and they met each other in year 6, and they've been talking. They've made so many mangas, so many stuff, and they're about to go on this, or about to start their own manga series together, and she then says, yo, I want to go to college. You're supposed to be fucking friends. You're supposed to be like partners, teamwork. Why are you being such a bitch? I genuinely hated how she reacted to her saying she wanted to go to college. She tried to belittle her and tried to make her feel shit so she would stay and help her with the manga. She was telling her that her drawing isn't good anyway and that she can get other people to do it so she isn't needed. She tried to make her feel unwanted, and it just felt really awful, and I hated the character for doing that. It was so shit. Like, it made me put down my phone and look at the TV and be like, what the fuck? This was like the one scene that I watched all the way through without holding my phone. I genuinely put my phone down to watch this one, and I was so baffled and so confused with like where the fuck this was coming from. Like, they seem to be having such a nice time together, and as soon as like she doesn't do something she wants, like it turns to absolute shit, and I hated her for that. Overall, film's like a 3 out of 10 though, not gonna lie.